welcome to Movie 101. Today's films is not just a story, it's a mirror. The Truman Show. As a simple but unsettling questions, what if your entire life was entertainment and you were the only one who didn't know it? Released in 1998, this film arrived before the social media, before reality televisions became dominant, and before constant surveillance felt normal. Yet somehow it predicted all of it. This is a film about control, comfort, fear, and courage it takes to step into the unknown. As its heart, this is a science fiction film. It's a human story about identity, freedom, and truth. The story takes place in Sea Haven, a picture perfect coastal town. The sky is always blue, the lounges are always clean, neighbors smile on cue. Nothing seems wrong until it does. Sea Haven is not a real town. It's a massive television set enclosed inside a dome. Every street, building, and relationship is designed. Every person Truman meets is an actor. Every moment is film. This artificial perfection is intentional. The world is designed to feel safe, predictable, and comforting because comfort keeps Truman from asking questions. The film uses this setting to show how environment shapes behavior and how stability can quietly become a person. Truman Burbank is the ordinary by design. He's a kind, polite, routine driven, and cautious. He works in an insurance job, greets neighbors the same way every morning, and lives a life without surprises. But beneath those routine is curiosity. Truman a dream of travel. He wants to leave Sea Haven to explore, to see what exists beyond the horizon. Each time he tries, fear stops him. The fear was manufactured. From childhood, he was conditioned to associate the outside world with danger. The oceans look his father. Travel brings disaster. Exploration leads to loss. This is one of the film's most powerful ideas. For doesn't always imprison us with force, it often does so through stories we are thought to believe. The illusions begins to break in small, almost invisible ways. A stage light falls from the sky. A radio broadcast accidentally tracks Truman movements. A stranger recognizes him, but is quickly removed. These moments matter because they reflect how truth often reveals itself, not in dramatic explosions, but in a quiet inconsistencies. Truman does not immediately rebel. Instead, he observes, he experiments, he tests patterns. He starts to notice how people repeat phrases, how traffic loops endlessly, how exits always seem blocked. The film suggests that the awakening is not instant. Awareness grows slowly through doubt. At the center of the shows is Christoph, the creator and director. He views himself not as a villain, but as a protector. In his mind, Truman is a safer inside the dome than in the real world. This belief introduces moral conflict. Is a safety for more important than freedom? Christoph controls weather, relationships, and even emotional experiences. He justifies this by claiming the world outside is cruel, chaotic, and dishonest, while his artificial world is clean and sincere. The film challenges this idea directly. A controlled life may be comfortable, but it's not authentic. Freedom includes pain, uncertainty, and rest. And without those, choices has no meaning. One of the most unsettling aspects of the films is not Truman's captivity or captivity, but the audience watching him. Millions tune in daily. They cry when he cries. They cheer when he smiles. They root for him. They never question their role in his imprisonment. The film asks uncomfortable question, and what point does observation become exploitation? Viewers consume Truman's life as an entertainment while accepting the idea that his lack of consent irrelevant. This reflects modern concerns about privacy, social media exposure, and normalization and contrast surveillance. Once Truman fully realized the truth, the story shifts from mystery to courage. He does not confront the system with anger at first. Instead, he does unthinkable. He leaves routines behind. He embraces unpredictability. He sails toward the horizon, directly into the fear he was conditioned to avoid. The ocean becomes symbolic. It represents risk, freedom, and unknown. Every wave challenged Truman's old belief system. This is the moment the film becomes metaphor for personal growth. Growth begins when the fear no longer dictates choices. Truman reaches the edge of the world, literally. His boat strikes the wall of the dome. The sky is no longer infinite. The truth stands before him, undeniable. Christopher speaks to the Truman as a good like voice, reminding him that the world inside the dome is safe, familiar, and adored. He offers comfort in exchange of submission. Truman poses not because he doubts the truth, but because living means uncertainty. It means responsibility. It means no script. Truman bows, smiles, and walks through the door. The ending is powerful because it's quiet. There's no rebellion, no speech, no victory, celebration, just joys. The audience inside the film cheers and then immediately looks for something else to watch. The final moment reminds us that the freedom is deeply personal. Truman's liberation does not change the system, it only proves that escape is possible. The Truman Show endures because it asks us a timeless question: are we living authentically or simply performing the roles we were given? In a world increasingly shaped by screens, algorithms, and expectations, The Truman Show remains a warning, an invitation to step beyond comfort, question reality, and choose the truth. And people, this is Daniel Lucas, and once again, thank you for joining me. And please tune in for my next movie adventure. More to come, people. See you soon.